Why do you believe what you believe? Because at some point in your life, you trusted the information that somebody was giving you. And that someone you trusted told you that a car was a car, a tree was a tree, a bird was a bird, the blue stuff above you is the sky. And that's the way that we began to determine what we believe to be a fact. Most of the things that we believe to be a fact in our lives are told to us through our stories or the news that we hear. So my question would be, if they were deceiving you with the stories they tell you, would you be able to recognize that?
Where is it? How's it not working? No.
My goodness.
Right,
Well, ladies and
D, I gotta
gentlemen,
do this for you. Just
live.
stick with me. Stick with me. I gotta do this to you. Stick with me. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, thanks everybody. I'm falling apart. I'm not even coming on the screen. Shit's not working good. All right. Anyway, that don't matter. Look, happy New Year. Happy 2025. And I got to bring my boy on, right? But I wanted to do it like in a, excuse me. I wanted to do it like in a special way for him. You know what I mean? So, ladies and gentlemen, you know what I mean? Here's my boy Blue. You know what I mean? The guy who has stuck with FFN through like everything, just everything. And, you know what I mean? And I got to bring him on right. I got to bring him on right for the new year. We're going to talk about some shit that's been going on in 2024 and is, leaking over to 2025. And without, oh no, what are you doing? Busted. All right, man. I didn't ask you to do that. But anyhow, so without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, here's my boy. This is the man that stuck through it all. This is the man from New Hampshire. This is the one and only, ladies and gentlemen, my boy, Mr. B.
Howdy, everybody. Howdy, howdy. And for the purpose of the show, I have changed my name to Jimmy Crackcorn because I don't care. Happy New Year to my dear friend, Mr. Blazeman here, and his family going on, and to all the people who love to tune in and see these things. Thank you very much for tuning in. We hope you stick with us. We hope you pick up the phone and call in, and we'll be more than happy to ratchet jaw with you and trade some little tips on how we all think that the world should be going. Mr. Blazeman, I understand we've got an awful lot of stuff to go on and be talking about and reviewing and
Man,
whatnot. What do you
I got
bring
like
up?
crazy stuff, B. I do. And some of it, I want to say about like a good 40% of it is stuff that was like taken off the internet. When everybody's, that's fake this and fake that, take it off here, take it off that. I don't know how much you been paying attention to, the news, the evening news.
Very close attention to
But
news. Yeah.
Zuckerberg from Facebook, he's like bowing down to the fucking king right now, right?
Yeah,
You know?
well, he's doing whatever's going to be good for his company up to the next administration. He's doing what is commonly called pandering.
Right.
And you know what? Okay, fine. Now he's going whichever way the wind blows. All right, that's what he's going to do. Fine, fantastic. That's his business, not mine.
Right.
Do I trust him? I couldn't trust him further. I could think let's throw him.
Well, I agree with that. All right, to the point where, like I'm saying, I mean, he's bowing down to the king, and he's all like, yeah, all platforms should be fair, and and all of that, mental hogwash that comes out of these people. What was the word you just used? To be
Pandering.
pandering. right? B doesn't want to hear it this year. Okay? My boy B does not want to hear it this year. Right? The pandering's over.
Yeah,
Right, B? I
absolutely.
mean, look, we've seen enough of it. Okay? I mean, I think the whole thing, B, is just fucking fake.
Oh,
Whole
absolutely.
thing, B. The whole thing. We're lied to every single day. Every single day we're lied to, B. It just I don't know, man. You know, here is okay. Let me fix this. All right, how we doing now? Just give me a nod. Good. All right, I had to turn up a little bit from a boy B. Anyways, okay, let me back that up. So, like I was saying, right? It is a whole new year, B. Right? We don't want to hear the pandering. We don't want to hear nothing, none of that. I got I got videos. We're gonna talk about some things. You know what I mean? It's just that they can't lie to us no more, B. The internet, they're probably regretting that they, let this thing called the internet be created because nothing is can be hidden anymore. People are on to the fact that the government uses the media to push their propaganda bullshit, right?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
we learned that just by the fact when they weren't happy about shit going on social platforms. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
absolutely.
That over 10 million people are on each platform. I mean, on just average, that average is probably super low. You know what I mean? But
Oh,
I just,
I'm with you. I'm with you. But
yeah, all right.
I want to, if you don't mind, I want to kind of kick things off a little bit, kind of jumpstart what we're going in. Is the one thing? There's something that right now sticks in my craw. It has nothing to do with internet. It has everything to do with politics. Why in the hell did did ditzy Joe Biden hang a medal around the neck of the bitch of Benghazi? Hillary right up the ass. Clinton gets a national freedom, whatever the hell it is, medal that the highest country honors for civilian people. He hung that around her freaking neck instead of putting a rope around it.
To Hillary?
Yeah, you didn't see that?
No, she got what is it, the civilian
The
award?
Medal of Freedom or whatever the hell
Yeah,
it is
yeah,
they
yeah,
call
yeah, yeah. What the
it.
fuck? What?
It's supposed to be a medal of honor for her because of whatever else, which all the good things she's done for America. Hey, Hillary Clinton, the bitch of Benghazi. Hey, Hillary Clinton. Oh, people keep dying all around. Hey.
B's flipping out tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It's all right. It's all right. He can. He can. You know what I mean? He's been dealing with some things. And oh, hey, Bay, why don't you set up let the people know where they can go and maybe help you out with the GoFundMe
Oh,
to help
GoFundMe.
with
Yeah.
this.
For
Yeah,
those
yeah.
of you who may have or may not have known, my wife and I have been dealing with a very sick puppy, so to speak. Our dear, beloved family friend, Hope, who has been with us for the last 7 or so years, is very, very sick, and we had thought that she was turning the corner and getting, and it seemed like she was getting better after we wound up spending an awful lot of money on veterinary bills, and we actually have exhausted our finances, literally. And we had gone ahead and created a GoFundMe site. Well, it appeared as though Hope was turning the corner and she was getting better. And then a couple of mornings ago, again, like a light switch snap, she stopped eating, and now she only had little tidbits before, and now she's completely stopped eating. And for the first time in 2 days, I believe, she actually took a drink of water. She may have taken a drink yesterday. I don't know about it, but she still has not ingested any food. And we need to get her as an inpatient at a veterinarian. But sadly, our finances are completely exhausted. And people say, "Oh well, go to this care for you credit or whatever else." You know what? We've exhausted that. Our options are none. We need the funding. We need the help. So if at all there's a possibility, look for me on my Facebook. I've got a GoFundMe site page, and if you could, her name is Hope.
What is you got to give them your Facebook page, B.
Look for Jeffrey Betterini
Yeah,
on Facebook.
there you go. There you go.
And if we find it, or even search through GoFundMe yourself, you should be able to find it very easily. Hope for Hope. Look for it if you can. If you're all able to donate, we would genuinely appreciate it. There is a dire need here. If you're not able to, perhaps you can find the GoFundMe and share it, spread it out there so that other people may know that might be able to have someone that would be able to help us, because the need truly is there. And whatever you do, even if you offer prayer, anything at this point, we genuinely, truly, genuinely appreciate it. And thank you, Blazeman, for the airtime to.
Yeah, like I said, been there, man. You know, pets become family. I mean, there's millions of us out there. You know, pets become your family. You know, no problem with that at all. But with that being said, we will be right back in about 3 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Stick around for more of The Way We See It. We're going to to talk about. And be right back, B-boy. Be right
All
back,
right.
B-boy.
We'll see you in 3 minutes.
Why do you believe what you believe? Because at some point in your life, you trusted the information that somebody was giving you. And that someone you trusted told you that a car was a car, a tree was a tree, a bird was a bird, the blue stuff above you is the sky. And that's the way that we began to determine what we believe to be a fact. Most of the things that we believe to be a fact in our lives are told to us through our stories or the news that we hear. So my question would be, if they were deceiving you with the stories they tell you, would you be able to recognize that?
And ladies and gentlemen, we
So
are
we got it right up there, buddy. You know what I mean? Hope for hope, folks. You know what I mean? Just scan that QR code. It'll take you right over to the page. Oh, excuse me. Apologize.
very much.
I'll take you right over to the page. And like B said, we understand, everybody's got it tough. But just if you could just share it, man. You know what I mean? And maybe somebody else might have like, $4 or $5 or something. You know what I mean? Any little bit will help. You know what I mean? So, hey, Ian,
Annie.
how
Happy New
are
Year,
you,
Annie.
hon? Happy New Year, Ian. Happy New Year. Yeah, with that being said, we're gonna fix this. We're gonna get this a little bit shaped up here. I will blast that up there throughout the show there, B.
No
And
problem.
hold on, let me do the quick one real quick. I could do it, man.
We've got a quickie coming, folks. A
We got
quickie.
a quickie.
We got a Blaze Bang quickie coming up before just for you.
B, I'm telling you. Let's see here. All right. Yeah, do that. Do that. I do that. I do that. I do that. All right. B, speak.
For those of you listening at home, if you're just joining us, ladies and gentlemen, we were talking before about the bitch of Benghazi having been given the Presidential Medal of Freedom, which I do not at all agree with. But hey, whatever. It's Barack the Wonder Schmuck puppet there, Joe Biden, hanging medals on people and throwing out pardons all over hell creation. So it's scorched earth policy, making everything as tough as it possibly can for the incoming administration of Donald J. Trump. And I guess we're just going to have to
Yeah,
be.
I heard he was going a little fucking batshit crazy.
A little.
You know, he was
Well,
going off the rails. I should, sorry.
yeah.
So you want to know? So hey, let's get into this a little bit because now let's see. Let me just fix this. All right, everything is. All right, come on, man, get out of there. Come on, bitch. Sorry, B. Getting it up there. I got some. I want to talk about the January 6th bullshit. All right, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, because because all the new shit is coming out, B. You know what I mean? I mean, these platforms again, this is one of the things I was saying at the beginning of the show that I have some videos that were some of them were, taken down as false information and all that stuff like that. And now, Elon owns X, formerly Twitter. They're allowed to put these things up. So, anyways, listen.
Right.
So this is Nancy Pelosi's daughter. Okay, talking to don't know who. Um, um, whoever was in there snuck a little camera in, okay, because you can see the person's glasses. So
Okay.
that's filming this. this, so it had to be a small camera. You know?
All right.
I don't know about doing it on a cell phone. Everybody can figure that out for themselves. But this is Nancy Pelosi's daughter talking to these dudes about the fucking January 6th and how they're gonna fucking set it up and shit to that nature. This shit is fucking nuts, B. I'm telling you, it's nuts. Here we go, folks. Unbelievable. I can't. Oh, what the?
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna get there, B. I gotta work this. I gotta get stuff out from behind me. Fuck. I just.
So anyway, for those of you who are watching who really aren't aware of what's going, we're talking about January 6th.
I'm screwing.
Things that happened, 4 years ago
Gabby.
when they were trying to stop the certification of the election because the election had been stolen. But then everybody says, "Oh no, that's not true." Blah blah blah. They're still denying it, even though they have the concrete cast proof in their hands of it, and the left wing liberal media is still denying it.
But ladies and gentlemen, look, B, I'm sorry to jump in real quick, but we do have to show everybody this fucking PSA. So
let's see. Yeah.
Let me know if there's sound.
Nope. No sound.
Okay. Yeah. See, you folks ain't getting the sound. It's fucking bullshit.
So, all right. We were discussing before or waiting for something about Nancy Pelosi's daughter speaking.
Yeah, but I gotta do the PSA first.
Okay.
I just have to remind you, don't you ever let anybody take your power from you. You have the same power that you did before November 5th. And you have the same purpose that you did. And you have the same ability to engage and inspire. So don't ever let anybody or any circumstance.
That was done so well. I'll
Yep.
tell you, B. That was done so well, man. That was. All right. So here we go. Here's Nancy Pelosi's daughter. All right. Getting all of this fine stuff done here.
Well, I think the one thing, if you drag it out, after the Democrats lose the House, and then they get rid of the committee, people may lose interest.
Yeah.
The first trials are going to get a lot of attention.
Yes.
It's like anniversaries. The first one is a big deal. They did a
Right.
really big deal.
Right.
January 6th.
Right.
No one's going to care after the Democrats
Right.
out of power.
Right.
And then take Biden out of office, then who cares? If you drag it out long enough, I wouldn't go first for a trial. Because D.C. is a lot of people that work for the government.
Right.
And it's a lot of, I don't think I'm sympathetic.
The jury, that's
The
the
jury is
issue,
gonna be-
because we don't think the trial should be held there. And
Well,
we're-
if you
we're
got
gonna
moved, you totally get off.
I wish
It's-
I was-
successfully move it?
No, they won't move it. 'Cause I mean, think about it. They'll resist it. They'll say how I've heard of the hearings. They're going to say,
They're in the
"How
midst
dare
of
you
it.
say we're not fair? We're fair."
Thank you for your time.
Oh, absolutely.
Listen, I really, I know you're not the bad guy. I mean, if they're in, I haven't found the bad guy yet, but if they're in.
See the glasses, B?
I mean,
Yeah.
stereotypical bad guys.
But the thing is, why I asked you the question of like, so what was the plan? Is that if there was an insurrection, you were supposed to be in line, marching. You were in the military, you know
Right.
this.
No, that's
You were
what
supposed to have a plan.
Exactly. It's called
But then you're
operations
saying-
order. You sit down
like-
overnight with your soldiers. You go
Right.
over. All right, you're gonna go here. You're gonna go in by this side. At this time, we're gonna take over this. There's none of
If
that.
it was an insurrection, it's the sorriest insurrection.
B, this is not nuts to you.
Guns, no
Okay.
plan.
I can't figure out which end you're following here.
Yeah, like for history.
You're going to be able to laugh about this one day. I don't know what the Proud Boys is, but I know Gavin McInnes. I went on road trips with him to parties. It was so comical to me when I first started hearing about like Proud Boys are from. This was like years ago when they started saying in Brooklyn, where he's from. I was like, what? This guy, I mean, he may talk shit, but a lot of it is like he's a provocateur. He says it to like be funny or whatever. Right. But the idea that he's now being elevated to being this, it totally makes me laugh because I'm like, look, I know this guy. I've been to many parties with him, and I know he just says some crazy shit. I know the Brooklyn version of those guys, and I'm just like, so I just wanted you to know that. Like, I have a whole history with these people, and I'm like, come on, you and your. Like,
I'm trying to figure out exactly which end is up with her. Is she saying that she's supporting the people, and she knows that the whole January 6th thing was all bullshit, or
Yeah,
what?
it was all bullshit. And then they're talking about, all right, when they fucking get people, where should they have the trial? You know what I mean? Don't have the trial in some fucking DC and all of that shit like that, B. Jesus Christ. It's right there. Holy shit. That's one of them. Anyways, I mean, man, this is insane shit. I'm telling you, it I don't know, man. They just played it bad. You know, it's just.
So what? Ultimately, what's going to happen is when President Trump
Well, I don't know
gets
what's
back
going
into
to
office,
happen.
he's going to take his pen and give everybody that was January 6th, give them all pardons, everything else goes away. In the meantime,
No,
that
like he
schmuckler
said,
in New York wants to take and convict
like he
and
said,
sentence.
there's people they got locked up that didn't even go in a fucking building, that weren't even in the area. You know what I mean? They put some people in jail. Okay, now this is a confirmed FBI agent in MAGA gear led protesters through the Capitol on January 6th. This is from the former FBI assistant director. Okay, let's take a look at that. I mean, the first one fucking convinced me, but okay.
Many as 200 agents and informants, not just FBI, but from some of the other agencies as well, got on buses, were driven to the Capitol wearing Trump T-shirts and hats and paraphernalia, MAGA type paraphernalia, and that they went into the Capitol with the demonstrators or with the protesters or with the rioters. Now, one of the things he points out that he's been a congressman 7 years and that he still has a hard time finding his way around the Capitol because many of the offices, and at the time, Nancy Pelosi's office did not have a sign out in front that says Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, or anything like that. It's just a incognito type office, and that he believes that there were individuals in the Capitol at that time disguised as protesters that led the protesters to her office and to other offices that would normally be very difficult to find. And as he put it, he would have a hard time finding them without somebody leading him to the office. So that's where he gets his opinion that somehow there were already law enforcement officers in the Capitol in an undercover capacity, as well as in the crowd of people outside the Capitol, and came into the building with them. And then some of them were led to certain spots in the building, again, like Pelosi's office and a few other locations that would be very difficult to find if you just weren't familiar with the Capitol and went into the building on your own.
Unbelievable.
Oh, wait, B, I ain't done. So,
Okay.
what's your take on it, B? What's your take? You know,
Well, my take on it is that they basically set everything up. It's all a big freaking farcical setup, and the people know it.
well,
They can't. They
Democrats
cannot.
bought into it.
They can't convince people otherwise. The people know what the truth is. They know what the truth is.
Now they'll be. Now they're starting to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep. My late father, rest his soul, used to say that the truth is like a bright light turned on in a dark room where there are no doors or windows. Once it's turned on, there's no place that you can hide. And this is exactly what's going on. The people are finally being told the truth. The truth is being allowed to be told to the people because the media's finally had it with being the doughboy, if you will, of the ultra liberal left. Oh, they're still going to keep doing their left wing bullshit, but they know now that that the jig is up, so they're going to have to play along. They know it.
Well, here's something else, just in case the first two videos, ladies and gentlemen, didn't convince you, Democrat or Republican. Here's a third one. And this is how the throwback, the corrupt January 6th committee was busted manipulating footage to add dramatic effect. All right. Oh, let me see if I'm not sure if I added a.
And by the way, for you folks that are watching, 508-974-4231, pick up the phone, call in. We'll be more than happy to hear what you have to say about this and discuss a little bit of these issues with you as well.
Absolutely. Give us a buzz, man. Numbers are across the screen.
Here is the first January 6th committee hearing footage that you might have seen. You're going to get to hear it. Look at that. You hear a lot of sound there, folks, and you see this footage. It's pretty dramatic.
Sounds very riotous.
It does. Here's the actual footage. It's a silent movie. Same footage, exact camera. We matched the camera to the second, but there's no footage there, no sound footage at all. That footage was thrown in there to create a dramatic movie-like effect. It's no longer evidence now. It's now been turned into a little bit of propaganda. It's one thing if they told the public they did it right, Amanda, but they don't. Look how silent it is. It looks like a 1920s silent movie. Bad behavior being shown there. Look at the guy kicking the door. These are bad people. But we were given an extra effect that didn't exist on these tapes. Now, in a few seconds, we're going to roll to another tape, and you're going to see a similar circumstance, an outside shot of the Capitol, one of the more famous shots that we all remember. And again, there's no sound. Somebody dubbed in the sound afterwards to create it Hollywood style instead of evidence. Here we go. Here's the second footage. Pretty loud. Now watch this. There's no sound. There was no. Why? Because these are closed circuit television cameras.
There we go again, Pete.
Amazing. Isn't that amazing?
I just don't know what else to put up, B.
A goose in a tuxedo.
It was a fucking hoax, right?
It's a goose in a tuxedo, a propaganda.
But we reported this shit on FFN network at the time. It was going on. There's I didn't want to drive everybody crazy with a bunch of videos, but I'm reconsidering maybe on a Thursday night show that I do. I might show it. But there's video of a guy, right? He's there with his cell phone. He's like, look, he's like, they're bussing these people in. You know what I mean? And then on the video, you can see these dudes like putting their MAGA hats on. The other dude, all this shit like that. They were all fucking getting ready, and then they stop marching. You know what I mean? With signs and shit. It's fucking insane. Right. The bullshit that they get away with is just, got away with. Because they can't control this shit. They can't control
paid instigators.
They can't control, the Candace Owens out there and all that stuff like that. The jig is fucking up now. It's up, period. You know what I mean? So,
absolutely.
I don't know, man. It's just crazy. You know what I mean? But let's see. I got got so much shit up here. It's not even funny, man. It's gonna take at least, like I said, a couple of shows. That's why I got Thursday's show.
What do you got for that thing going on down there in Louisiana?
Oh man, yeah.
15 people dead. That's another thing. We've heard 14. We've heard 13. We have 15. How many people are freaking dead? Whatever. All I know is we keep seeing a video of this vehicle going tear ass up the road, and here's this redhead who jumps out of the way. It gets missed by inches. Probably it's got to be the luckiest woman alive that I have ever seen.
Oh, the video with the young girl with the white jacket?
Yeah.
Right? Oh my.
And then she hobbles into the building or wherever else. She didn't get clipped, thank God. She's very, very lucky. Which unfortunately for 15 other people weren't so lucky. And those people, their families, I cannot imagine the amount of grief and anguish that they're going through. And the biggest part about it is Louisiana was told, and how many times have I said, how many times have you said, and the other guys that we worked with said that there are people that are here in the United States and they're going to start doing terrorist attacks, and it's no matter where you are, no place is safe, whether you're in LA County or you're in East County, wherever, someplace in the back hills of Oklahoma, if there are any, or wherever, no place is safe. And wherever they can find something that is a soft target, they're going to hit.
Yes. It's just to keep. What you said, B. That's what they want. The words that just came out of your mouth. That you feel like you're not going to be safe anywhere. Okay. And they realize that now, right? And so they realize that now, so that now they know that, killing 15, 20 people, you know what I'm saying, is enough. It sounds crazy, right? But it's enough than fucking blowing up half a building, you know what I mean? Which is more, I don't know, intense for them to do, a lot of risk, all that stuff like that. Now you just radicalize fucking, an American, whatever.
What we're seeing is an intercontinental, not ballistic missile, but an intercontinental guerrilla warfare. That's exactly what we're seeing. This is what they've resulted to. People will come up out of nowhere, have these little attacks wherever, this way, that way, disrupting this, doing that, killing as many people as they possibly can, getting the biggest bang for their buck, so to speak, and then disappearing back into the shadows.
Yeah. So I got a little video here for everybody.
We are now taking a live look at Bourbon Street in New Orleans, where a man from Houston intentionally plowed a pickup truck into a crowd just hours into the new year. Investigators are calling the incident an act of terror. And officials say at least 14 people and the driver are dead. Dozens more were injured. Investigators believe the attack may have been inspired by ISIS. We caution some of the images you're about to see may be disturbing. Here's ABC's Lionel Moise.
This morning, the careful work of gathering evidence continues just over 24 hours after carnage on New Orleans' most famous street. New video shows the speed of the pickup truck that plowed into people, killing at least 15 and injuring many more.
We have dozens of people that got hit by this car.
Surveillance video shows the truck flying an ISIS flag coming down Canal Street around 3:15 a.m. before turning onto Bourbon and speeding into the crowd.
We ran one way, so like about 5 feet away from the curb, and we ran into the bar to be protected by the little divot.
Authorities identifying the suspect as 42-year-old Shamsuddin Jabbar, a U.S.-born citizen and Army veteran from Texas, who they say was inspired by ISIS to kill. They say he was speeding down Bourbon wearing body armor and firing an AR-style rifle out of the truck, racing about 3 blocks before crashing, stepping out and opening fire again, wounding 2 police officers. Inside that rented Ford F-150, authorities say they found multiple homemade pipe bombs packed with nails. Sources tell ABC News on that flagpole is a black flag bearing the ISIS insignia. A fire at an Airbnb near Bourbon Street yesterday morning is now reportedly being linked to Jabbar. Officials say it appears explosive devices associated with the attack were made at that property. Officials say steel bollards installed on the street were unreliable and were in the process of being replaced ahead of the Super Bowl in February. Vehicles had been placed as blockades, but there were gaps.
We had barriers there, we had officers there, and they still got around. So we did indeed have a plan, but the terrorists defeated it.
City officials say they questioned the construction timeline, wondering why the replacement didn't happen months ago.
This construction should have happened much earlier, and everything really should have been ready and in place, fixed, repaired, ready to go now.
Lionel Moyes, ABC News, New York.
Unbelievable.
Great.
Unbelievable. And to think, we're looking at the same kind of mentality with the leadership in Louisiana that we saw on the ball field there when Trump got shot. These idiots. They had so many things that were available to them that they didn't use, and the chief of police didn't even know that they existed.
They were telling them in like 2019 that the little barrier set up shit wouldn't stop nobody. You know what I mean? So
The problem is they refused to believe that it could happen to them. Stupid, simple human arrogance is what is to blame.
Now you said earlier. I kind of been looking for it. I don't see it. But
what's that?
You said earlier that Biden awarded Hillary Clinton the citizen
of freedom or whatever the hell it is. There's.
You sure it wasn't George Soros? Because
no. He was there too. He got one too. Soros got one. Hillary the bitch of Benghazi got one.
Here is
people got all these things.
Yeah.
He's been handing them freaking things out like candy on Christmas morning.
Right. Here is Jesus. Please get it out of your mouth.
Jesus is there.
Yeah, Jesus is there too. Here's Bannon. Bannon goes off, okay, and says President Trump should rescind George Soros' medal. Watch Steve Bannon, man. He loses his shit about this.
Love to hear it. Let's see.
Oh, we're putting it up, baby.
My recommendation to President Trump is that you notify today that you're going to sign an executive order on Monday. One of the very first actions is to rescind the Presidential Medal of Freedom that's being given to George Soros today. Rescind it.
It's a guy that
you can't rescind it. Okay, well,
want
fine.
to destroy our
Try
country.
me. And send a team to track down Soros and take the medal back.
Yeah.
It is a disgrace that a demonic individual like that has gone out of his way to try to destroy this country. Destroy this country would actually be given to mock this constitutional republic, to mock this constitutional republic, which he hates and has dedicated his life to destroying. That we would be presenting him, awarding him the highest civilian honor that you could give. President Trump today ought to come out and say, hey, I'm putting out an executive order right after I take my hand with the King James. With everything else we got to do, all stuff, either number one is going to be rescinding Soros's as a symbol. As a symbol, rescind it. And they can say, well, you can't rescind it. But you know what? He's going to be president of the United States. There's a lot he can do that you can't. And then send a team up to track Soros down and take the metal, rip it right off his neck.
Right.
And then melt it down It may be cut up in pieces and send it to the families of the 13 that died at the Abbey Gate. The brave heroes, the young men and women from places like Laredo, Texas. Do that. Yeah. Rip it off his frickin' neck. You want to play Smash Mouth? Let's play Smash Mouth. You want to get cute, Biden? We can get cute. The part of the investigations of what they did in this country to steal the 2020 election, the Fed's direction on the 6th, and then the whole criminal conspiracy to withhold how Biden really was as a chief executive and as commander-in-chief. All of it must be deeply investigated. Deeply investigated. We must be relentless in that. We must, and they're going to, everybody go, oh, can we just get along? Can we just, no, we cannot do it. We owe it to this Republic. This is not about Trump, not about me, not about Navarro. It's not about Tom Barrack, people who went to prison. It's not about that. This is about this republic. And whether we're going to sit there and have somebody like George Soros in the White House, it's a disgrace. To every patriot grave from the Revolution all the way down to modern times, to this time. And you can either accept it and go along. If you accept it and go along with it, then you're approving it. If you accept it and go along with it, you're approving it. Soros is a demon and a devil. His sole focus is to destroy this constitutional republic.
He said it.
Sign an executive order, rescind it, and then, I don't know, pick it. Maybe the new recast FBI. Hey, how about that? Ask Cash that during his confirmation hearing.
Very interesting.
Isn't it?
Very interesting indeed.
We got more. We got more to discuss. I mean, again, you got to call in, and that's how that works.
And the number to call is 508-974-4231. I know it looks a little weird on the crawl space at this point, ladies and gentlemen, but we'll
fix that.
We'll get that fixed up. But anyway, 508-974-4231. Pick up the phone calls. We'd love to hear from you. Love to talk with you. Love to hear what your take on these situations is. As a matter of fact, by the way, I want to chime in here with another certain thing. I want to give another thank you, Joe Biden. Even though we're supposed to be happy that gasoline now is only 30 or 40% higher than it was when Trump was in office, or whatever. It's still too damn expensive, and there's for no damn good reason. Thank you, Joe Biden, for screwing us over for the last 4 years. For what it takes to put gasoline in our tanks or oil in our fuel tanks at home to heat our homes or propane or whatever else. Thank you so much for costing the American people so much damn money for a no good freaking reason.
And with that being said, B, we on tomorrow?
What's that?
Are we on tomorrow?
As far as I know, we are on, unless, of course, I need to make an emergency visit to the veterinarians. But right now it's looking like we're going to be on tomorrow. I am trying to secure someone to come in and speak with me about the politics of the homeless issue. Believe it or not.
Yes.
A very, very big thing. There are a great number of things that are going on.
Okay, so that's a possibility tomorrow night on Politicking with Mr. B. At 7:38, B?
7:30. Let's call it 7:30 p.m.
7:30 p.m. tomorrow. Politicking with Mr. B. We're trying to get things in order, and yes, we're actually trying to get things in order live with you folks. I mean, hey, this is how we roll, right? So, Politicking with Mr. B tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the United States. With that being said, I'm your boy, Blaze Man. Thank you, my boy, Mr. B, for coming on and joining me. Catch us tomorrow for Politicking with Mr. B, and catch us again the way we see it, special Thursday night, so we can go over this. Now, I hope that I prove to most of you is that the Democratic Party is a bunch of lying assholes. I showed you the videos. There's no getting around it. It's just the way it is.
Now, to be fair,
okay,
not
to be
all of
fair.
them are a bunch of lying assholes. Some
Okay.
of them are dead.
Well, some of them. All right. So catch me special, the way we see it, Thursday night, 8 p.m., man. I'm not, like I said, I just showed you guys that, they're crap heads. And now I'm going to fucking prove to you that we never landed on the moon. Not only that, not only that,
On the flat moon, right? Yeah, okay, good.
not only that, well, not the flat moon, but, again, listen, if you want to go back and forth, you got to catch me on The Way We See It, Thursday night, 8 p.m., right here on the FFN network. Peace and love to everybody out there. Good night.
Why do you believe what you believe? Because at some point in your life, you trusted the information that somebody was giving you. And that someone you trusted told you that a car was a car, a tree was a tree, a bird was a bird, the blue stuff above you is the sky. And that's the way that we began to determine what we believe to be a fact. Most of the things that we believe to be a fact in our lives are told to us through our stories or the news that we hear. So my question would be, if they were deceiving you with the stories they tell you, would you be able to recognize that?
You have just watched an FFN Network production.